Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. How are you all doing? I'm not going to tell you that I recorded a whole video, and then when I went to TikTok told me that it didn't record, and I'm looking at the numbers going. So maybe what I was saying, they didn't want recorded, because I definitely recorded a video. But I want to say to you guys is that happy Saturday. And what I'm going to do this weekend, which I was on vacation all last week, and I thought I was going to get some of that done, but I didn't because I was enjoying myself. But I'm going to stay in the house this weekend because I have some videos to edit, some creative. Hopefully they're creative. It's not me. Well, maybe a little bit be me, but it's some other things that I want to add, some research that I've done. But also I want to tell you that I did go to Louisiana, and I did go to a slave plantation. And I think that everyone needs to go. And there were different races there, and we were all asking questions. It really opened our eyes. I had been to one before, so I'm not going to tell you that was my first time. It was my first time to take someone with me, because I think that just like the Jewish people feel that you can never forget and that you always have to remember, I think that we as black people should always remember, never forget, understand where we came from, and understand as we are living these times now how easily we can backslide if we're not awake, if we're not woke, and if we're not paying attention. It can happen again. It is happening again right before our eyes. I was so honored to be there. I felt the reverence of the place, that, you know, not only did it exist, but the people that passed away during that time frame, but also the people that actually made it through. And there was thousands that actually made it through and was freed from this particular place that I went to. And I think that everybody needs to go. It reminds you of the history of this country, of what people are capable of doing to other human beings as it's unfolding every day that we're seeing it. And they can be even more cruel, because they have been, not just to my race, but many races, okay? So we have to remember, we're comfortable, we were comfortable, we thought things were going forward, and look at what happened. People do not want to see you succeed. They don't want to live in this harmony, this melting pot that America is supposed to be. We have had people plotting the demise of the democracy and shaping it into the republic for years, probably ever since the Civil War. And what have we done? We've pushed past, we fought, we've gotten different liberties added, but we seem to have forgotten that we still have to have a strategy just in case they reemerge again. I think we thought that we were strong enough as a society that wouldn't happen, that the forefathers had enough checks and balances in so that wouldn't happen again. And as you can see, they're challenging all of the checks and balances. I love America. I've always enjoyed it. I know America has some bad history, you know, that it seems we were working to do better. People wanted to come here for the principles that America stood for. Well, they said they stood for. So I'm hoping that we put a strategy together. We're able to counteract this, because there's many good things that are in policy that I think many Americans agree with. It's the cruelty that has been shown and used that I think Americans don't agree with. And it's the untruths that are being told to people that I believe Americans are unhappy about. Every system needs to be fixed, to include the American system. But it's a way to do it that will not target people, that will understand this is a collective problem, and that we together can come together. Now, maybe the right did go too far to the right, the left did go too far to the left, and the Democrats did, and the Republicans did, and blah, 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 blah. But who is going to say, wake up? We have to work this thing together, or we're going to always have a divided country. How can you prosper with division? Everybody has to be at the table. Everybody has to have a voice. And then there has to be negotiations. Sometimes you get a little bit what you want. Sometimes you get a little bit what you want. Sometimes you don't get it. Sometimes you don't get it. And you live to fight another day. Wake up, America. This is not what we were supposed to be striving for. A lot of education this weekend I got. And I'm going to do a lot more education because it is even issues and things that I need to learn about. It was an amazing weekend. It was an amazing experience. And if you have a plantation around you, if you have a museum, I don't care what museum, if it's the Holocaust Museum, if the African American Museum, if it's the Italian American, the Polish American, I don't care which one it is, go to it. Because they're trying to strip history away from Americans. You need to know your history. And you don't just need to know your history. You need to know everybody's history. So this is Black Diamond. Get some education, people. Wake up!